Hello, I'm Cyndi, and today I am talking about King and Weiland's book, Overcoming a Writer's Block, which is actually a part of her Writing How To series, which I had been reviewing for this channel previously. And I left off this one and was saving it for a rainy day. That is to say, a time when I really didn't have anything else I wanted to do. So I'm revisiting K.M. Weiland's series with this great and relatively short book, which I'm going to pull up for you by way of my screen share. Nope, not quite. There, that's better. I think I have it. Let me just make sure. Ah, there we go. So the full title is Conquering Writer's Block and Summoning Inspiration. This book was written in, let's see, it was written during the time frame of when she was writing her other books. I like this as well as I like her other ones. I've done creating characters, structuring and outlining, and character development. And in this book, she talks about how to be inspired every day, how to optimize your imagination, very important stuff contained in that chapter. That's chapter 2. How to conquer fear, anxiety, and depression, especially when it relates to your fears of writing and the emotions that go with having your manuscript rejected or just getting stuck in your own head because you fear failure. She talks also about how to overcome the common creativity killers, such as not having a disciplined life, the belief that your writing rules might stifle your creativity, how to manage time, whether you have to write by the rules or whether rules are made to be broken. Word counting goals can be productive and helpful, but they can also interfere and become counterproductive. It's good to set a goal because then it makes it manageable, but it can also get in the way. Then she talks about fearing failure and what that's like and the ways that you can overcome that. Whether or not a writer knows what they're doing. Do you really know what you're doing when you're writing? Some would say yes because they have a process that works, and some people will just admit no, they haven't got a clue, especially those who kind of write by the seat of their pants. And that's why we're always reading and studying about the craft. It has been said that your first draft is pretty much junk. I believe Stephen King uses stronger language. Every story you write may fail. That's true. And The first draft is often, well, it's worlds away from the final draft. She writes too about the highs and lows of writing, why there were lows and highs, that there's no guarantee. Um, how to tell if your book is a success. You write for your own reasons, but mostly it's because we love the story, we want to write it, we want it to be successful, we believe in it. It's a story you feel you have to tell. And often, because things aren't going to be perfect, you feel like a failure. I feel like a failure. That's why I've published 2 books and a couple of articles and haven't published anything in quite a little while. So, some of the things that people think are earmarks for whether you are successful. Is it when you're making enough money to write for a living? Maybe. If you can quit your day job? Maybe. If you get 5 stars on Amazon? Well, that could be part of it. Are you a failure if you've got a low ranking, or if your book is in it has got less than 3 stars? Are you a winner if your book never garners commercial success, but your friends and family genuinely love it? That's big stuff. And I would agree with that. I mean, even if no one outside of your small niche ever see it, my books, honestly, they might sell one a year, and that's without me doing any marketing. So, yay, that's a success, right? To me, because somebody is looking for something like that and they're reading it. So, I think it's a success. I think it is. Um, or another question that she puts out there is, are you a success if 1,000 people love the book, but another 1,000 hate it? And I would say yes. Um, Are you a failure if the writing isn't perfect? No, you might be a novice. I mean, that's part of life. We learn as we go, we grow as we go. Are you a success if the writing is brilliant and readers hate it? Well, you're not making money if the readers hate it. But I think myself, if you have written the book and it serves a purpose, whether it's telling your story to a niche group or whatever have you, and that's success too. You might be a commercial failure during your lifetime, and the book becomes a bestseller after you leave this world. Uh, that's still success. And there's no real right answer, she says. It's sort of very subjective. You have to have your own definition, and that's important. And then she's got actual tips for breaking the cycle of writer's block. Develop habits like asking questions, brainstorming ahead of time, showing up every day or at your appointed time. It may be every weekend. And take a break. These are all very important ways to um, deal with gaining inspiration or um, finding some way to break your writer's block. If you've got a block, have your characters talk to one another, or try a different point of view, or write about a new character. A lot of these things will add value to your writing. And then you want to make sure, and she talks about this in chapter 7, that you're developing solid writing habits. And maybe it's making a 15-minute a day commitment, or maybe it's just making sure that you're writing every day, whether you write for 5 minutes or an hour. I mean, obviously, if you're not writing, you're not going to get finished. Some people find it helpful to have a spot, the same place, a little nook or something like that, using the same tools. So you have your own writing spot, a schedule, adding a playlist, and holding yourself accountable. That's a big one. I struggle with that myself. She also says it's important to literally just stifle the internal editor. Shut that editor up for now. Use a bit of music. It can be a powerful tool. And learning to embrace, that's really important. Do you want to just tell your story? Do you want to make a mark? Do you want to write to teach? Do you want to explore other things in life? That what might be a lot of research involved. Yeah, a travel writer writes as they travel, but that means exploring life. Uh, you can also earn some money. Maybe you just want to be creative, so for some people you cannot not write. Some people simply have to because they're compelled. Some people write self-help, and I did this for catharsis and expression. It doesn't matter what you write or why you write. If you feel like you're called, or you just have a story you want to tell, they're all valid reasons for writing. And if you focus on one thing and find you're getting stale, then maybe you want to, as I said before, focus on a different aspect of your writing, like dialogue or POV, or just sometimes it's just changing scenery. So I hope you found this encouraging and enlightening, and if you did, great. I'm a happy girl. Until next time.